Sipi Falls is one of the magnificent resources you need not to miss visiting in Uganda. It is located 277 kilometers from Kampala, Uganda's capital city in Kapchorwa district. The falls are found on the foothills of Mount Elgon, just at the edge of Mount Elgon National Park. Sipi Falls is comprised of 3 waterfalls, with each flowing from a different altitude.
Actually, you are on the slopes of Mount Elgon, which is the 8th highest mountain in Africa and has the highest caldera. It is 4,321 meters high. And right now we are at a high altitude. You see the area, the views of the waterfalls, and where we are right now. So Kapchorwa is ever cool. Sipi Falls is the main tourist area in Uganda that offers over 20% of the tourism sector. So actually now we are in the second Sipi Falls, which is 65 meters high, which has got a man-made cave. Some years ago, our ancestors used to live around there. The area was still bushy, so our ancestors managed to live around the caves. By that time, very many people were not there, so people were very few. So we are at the main Sipi Falls of 100 meters high, where they do this activity called upselling. That activity called upselling is done on the 110 meters high waterfall. They're able to tie you with a harness, with the hooks, from the top to the bottom of the waterfall. That's called upselling. It's a thrilling adventure in Sipi Falls, and most hikers like to do it. So all this water of Sipi powers its water to Lake Bisina. Then from Lake Bisina to Lake Opeta, that's in Tesoland. That's 15 kilometers from Kumi.
The falls have cultural attachments associated with them.
They used to tell us that when our people were migrating those days, they would come and settle around kapchorwa, that's Sipi, and that's how even the name kapchorwa came, where elders sit and they discuss their issues, their cultural issues. They even used to tell us that even circumcision those days used to be done from around kapchorwa. Young men and women who had reached that age of circumcision and all that would be taken there. They do their cultural practices there, and then they are brought back home after. That's what we used to hear, and we still used to hear it up to now.
Yes, of course, Sipi River is one of the rivers where people go for their cultural rituals. Like during circumcision, there are so many activities that they do within that area. And it is one of the activities that attracts tourists into the area. But of course, in our culture here, if you have not gone through the ritual, you are not allowed to go up to where they perform their what? Cultural ritual. You will wait for them, and then they perform their activity within the river. Then after performing, when they are coming, that is when you can join them for the circumcision ceremony now. It is believed that if you go and see whatever they are doing, you may either run mad, at times you may even become blind, because whatever they do there, you are not supposed to know it. Yes.
Within Sipi Falls is where the house of the 3rd British Governor of Uganda, Sir Andrew Cohen, is found. Cohen ruled Uganda between 1952 to 1957. The house now is a home to tourists who come with their families, as Chesang Grace, the in charge of this historical structure, says.
We had that room called Governor's Suite. It was formed, was it 1950s? around 50s by third governor to Uganda. That was Sir Andrew Cohen. So it is attraction for attract customers, our visitors, clients.
Sipi Falls receives visitors from different corners of the world.
During our weekends and through pages, internet, that's how we get visitors here in Sipi. If you have your website, Instagram, then more friends, then recommendation from other friends. That's how we get business and visitors in Sipi Falls, Kapchorwa. For the foreigners, they have different charges and how they act their things are different. So for the domestically, our Ugandans of East Africa, they're a bit, actually we do some business with them, but not compared to those of the foreigners. For the foreigners, they may pay in dollars. So compared to these Ugandans, they pay in Ugandan shillings. Actually, the more ones are the foreigners, because they mostly come every day. Most not like Ugandans or East African citizens. Those mostly come in weekends. But for the foreigners, they're ever there. So like for the students, we are almost approaching to July, and they're going to come for, most of them are going to come for field work around Sipi. Most schools, we also get most of the schools to Sipi Falls. We take them around, we give them some field work of the area, the vegetation, the large green surfaces, the landscapes, and then the mountains also.
Some of the visitors who visit the falls bring tree seedlings to promote environment conservation along the Sipi Falls.
Actually, we do get visitors that helps us in afforestation. We grow trees. They bring us some different varieties of trees, species. So, and we have also grown them in these falls. In every falls, we have grown them. There's a moderate variety of eucalyptus we have planted inside there. And we have the muvules also inside the falls.
The falls play a big role to the surrounding community.
So how we are benefiting from this Sipi is they have promoted us. They have promoted us through tourism, through bringing us visitors. We have been exploring the area with a lot of people. We promote both domestic and foreign tourism. So Sipi has helped us through providing water, national water to this environment, to this community. All these lower belts of Sipi to that side of Kapsinda up to Bukedia. So that's how Sipi has helped us a lot in this region.
Sipi Falls is one of the areas with very clean water because the catchment of Sipi River is well managed. If you go along River Sipi, the area has been managed in a way that soil erosion, effect of soil erosion does not affect the water. And I encourage you people to at least keep on coming and promote the tourism sector in our area.
Challenges sometimes, like now we are in low season, we are not having customers as usual. As now we are going to resume this coming month, we are going to be busy, we shall be getting more customers then and here, both locals and foreigners.
Ministry of Water and Environment through the regional office in eastern Uganda, Kyoga Water Management Zone, is continuing to protect the Sipi catchment through tree planting and soil conservation measures.
These are falls that are upstream of one of our major rivers in Awoja catchment. Actually, the Sipi River is in Awoja catchment. The Sipi is a sub-catchment of Awoja. So it joins into the bigger water system, but it starts from the upstream part of that area. And you know, when you are in a heater setup, water will be flowing at higher velocity, and when it meets a sudden change in the slope of the surface, then it creates that beautiful fall that you are seeing there, which is very nice, attractive for tourism purposes, but also its nature. It supports the continuous flow of water to the downstream areas in the Sipi River, and eventually it connects, it builds into the water system that continues to drain into Lake Choga. When you are preparing a catchment management plan, you also look at the opportunities in the catchment. Yeah, those natural, the natural heritage that you really have to also protect. If it's a tourism site like that one, a beautiful scene like that one, you want to put in place measures that protect its integrity. If you go upstream of the falls, we have interventions that we implemented there. Actually, upstream of the falls, there is a water supply system that was put in place, an intake and treatment works before water is allowed to flow by gravity into downstream reservoir tanks, and water is distributed to the people of Bukedia. But we also have catchment management measures. For instance, those that we tried to implement, especially along with the river bank, like bamboo planting, then soil and water conservation measures, infiltration trenches, a little bit further upstream. But further upstream, the river starts from the forest reserve. So in that way, we are trying to complement the efforts of the forest reserve to ensure that the water quality and quantity in the Sipi River is maintained. And when it's maintained, then you are contributing to the protection of the falls. But generally, the river and the Sipi catchment in general, such that you continue to have water of the right quality and quantity in the sub-catchment that also contributes to the bigger catchment of Awoja. Once the fall is in place, it's confirmation that there is water. Otherwise, if you don't protect the water resources in that river, it's possible that if it's a dry season, the flows in the river can substantially go so low that you don't have the fall. Okay? So the fall means that we have water in the river, and our interest is to ensure that the river continues flowing in the dry and the rainy season.
Apart from the Sipi Falls, there are other natural resources being conserved in Sebei region.
Sebei sub-region is one of the regions with the best tourism attraction sites. We have the waterfalls, so many waterfalls. We have many caves. We have one in Kwen called Mukuso. Mukuso is one of the caves that our elders believe that if you go inside, you will come out from the other side of Kenya. Mukuso means it is one of the caves that has killed many people. So we have that cave. We have the national park with the various Mount Elgon National Park with a diverse species of trees and animals, including birds, including butterflies.
Sipi Falls stakeholders have a message in regard to environment conservation in the area.
So what we should do is they should need to add us more trees because they just bring few of these trees, and they should also tell our people who have lands along the falls so that we can give them and they give us more species of trees we grow around there.
What we can do, we need to practice what we call sustainability. Sustainability means something to maintain continuously up to our younger generation, which means we need to plant more trees to protect our resources.
We need a concerted effort from government, the community, and many other development partners. Given that the Department of Natural Resources is unfunded and underfunded, we call for the government of Uganda to at least take an affirmative action in ensuring that the Natural Resources Department is equipped with resources to ensure that the natural resources are well managed in the district.